Hi Irene again. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And also I know it. You feel a bit tired, but after finish those routine and then you can enjoy workout. So it is kind of reward for you, right? So it's a kind of pleasant time. So today you learned a lot from the books by 이금희 and then by 배철현 선생님 as well, right? So 배철현's book was like a new book. That's why like it is really kind of feeling euphoric as well. And then also today you just summarize the book that you were reading yesterday. So the book called 편하게 우리 이제 편하게 말해요, right? So according to author 이금희 Anchor, she just kind of explain about the kind of conversation or just talking, even just in a presentation, it's kind of chief fight. So chief fight is like who have just kind of dominant power in conversation. So it doesn't really matter just one or two or just 30s. So speakers have a dominant power and that conversation, so which means really good kind of presentation as well. So for that, like the speaker should have kind of self-confidence when she or he speak, because like when they have self-confidence, like they can kind of hesitate to talk, and then their speaking is not that smooth, right? So for the speaker, so how they can just acquire those kind of just self-confidence for the speaking or just in a presentation. So the answer is just practice. Always just practice. So which means like consistency as well, right? So even just they make it for the presentation or just speaking, like they practice just 10,000 times or maybe just 100 times more. So they just make it those kind of just speaking and presentation just naturally, simultaneously. It is just kind of voluntary reflection. So they don't need to just think about what should I talk about next. So what's the order, like consciously. It's just they speaking very fluidly, naturally, just speaking unconsciously, because there tremendous time of the effort and practice, right? So and then the other kind of skill is that when you speak, for the really good tone and the really good sounds of voice, like, we should use just abdominal breathing. So, like, I knew it. So I sometimes, like, when I wake up, especially in the morning, so when I started reading a book, I could feel that, like, I can do abdominal breathing. So which just, make my sounds a bit kind of dull and then a bit kind of low. It is not just in a clean and clear voice, right? So I always just try to practice for about just maybe after 2 to 3 hours, I could feel that I could just abdominal breathing while you're speaking. So practicing is really good answer as well. And then also, why should I just practice for about 2 or 3 hours? Because we should release lips muscles as well, and then also just relieve our just mind as well. When we have just kind of those kind of tensions, so while you're speaking, so which made us feel kind of nervous, right? So we can have those kind of high self confidence as well. So it is just all related to. So I was just think that abdominal breathing is really important when I just speak, and then also when I just make a really clean and clear voice. So which means that I'm kind of lucky person, because I've been doing Pilates, so I know how to do abdominal breathing properly. That's what I can make those kind of really good sound. Now I know my voice of sound and voice kind of improving a lot, because like I was just try to make it clear and clean sound. I was just practicing. Yeah, so she also emphasized that in speaking and the writing is a totally different work. So, but for me, like, I'm kind of interested in speaking better than writing, right? So when you just speaking, sometimes when I read in the context, and I could feel, and then when I just heard that and those speaking, and I feel, oh, I just kind of feeling bored. Yeah. But when I just speak within some kind of energy, so like if I just speak or have an energy, like I can just meet those kind of energy to the listeners. That's why listeners just feel kind of interested, and then also they can stay focused when I'm speaking. That's why like tone of voice, and when I speak, those kind of enthusiasm and energy is very important as well. I learn those kind of skills and kind of phenomenon like I experience through practicing. I'm sorry. And then this one as well, just always like practicing every single day. So like for me, whenever I just read the book, and then also like I always just make those kind of clips, what I learned today and what was my thought, and then like what did I do. Always just make those kind of at least 5 clips every single day. So I believe there's no doubt that I just it made me improving my speaking skills a lot. So for me, sometimes like maybe I try to do more no, I don't think that's a really good idea. Sometimes that I need to take a rest. So usually just during the daytime, I never stop talking or speaking something, because like when I read the book and I just read with my eyes and my mouth as well. That's when I use it in my voice and my lips a lot. So I think it's a really good idea to take a rest during the daytime. So she kind of taught us a kind of skill. It's kind of breathing when you speak. Sometimes like try to pause and try to speak it faster and louder and very smooth or something like that. For that, if I just consciously think about that, just if I just think about the skill while speaking, which just made me feel kind of awkward. So I always just follow what I just kind of feel, and then when I just speak, what kind of feeling that I have, just try to feel myself. So like which is just best kind of emotional expression while you're speaking for me. So I don't think it's really kind of good technique or skill while you're speaking. Oh, I should pause. Oh, I should just no, I don't think that's a good idea. So I should not always just not calculate something kind of plan or just in the speaking flow. Yeah, I should just keep doing it just naturally. That's, I think, is the best technique. Yeah. Yeah, and then also she emphasized that as well we should study. So like whenever you just watch a movie or a drama, or even just read the books, what you think about that, or just what you just learn about that, just make some kind of script or like that. But just for me, I was just making those kind of clips, right? So I just even I've been doing those kind of skills, right? That's why then I felt like, oh, she just answered me that, oh, you've been doing really great, so you just keeping doing that. So I felt so grateful, and then I felt so kind of well whenever I felt like how to say, I feel kind of validate myself, and then also like when I just got the answers from like pros, for the questions that I've been having. So this one as well. So I just when I read this part, I was thinking that like I can get some kind of good skills and how I can improve my speaking skill. But when I just read the book, oh my god, almost yeah, almost all things like, I've been doing it, right? So she just, gave me the answer. You've been doing really good, and she kind of just, give me a compliment. So it's very, you kind of important as well, right? So, Irene, you just try to make it really kind of short, and then talk about the kind of summarizing those kind of lessons and techniques and you learned from the book. I don't know how long is it. It seems like kind of long, but it's okay. Don't worry. So it's not a problem, okay? So Irene, always sincerely, always just proud of you. You never just skip your routine, and then you always just follow the part of consistency as well. You also try to always don't forget your self-discipline as well, right? So love you, and I always just proud of you, and then I feel like I'm so grateful for being able to meet and you and me in this life. Okay, love you, Irene. Talk to you tomorrow, and enjoy your workout today.